I don't know what's going on with these fucking phones, man. It's I can't, I know, it's not kind of obvious. Matter of fact, it is obvious. Like you can't hear me, or there's a problem when I'm trying to communicate. I'm thinking about playing some handball, and I need to get back in shape. My upper body is really feeling hurt right now. But I need to like I need to get like a couple of games in to really. I know I'm gonna feel like shit the next day, but I need to get started. It's already mid-May, and I'm aiming to play some handball tournaments. And if I don't get started, man, I am never going to be ready for it. So I know that my body is going to get beat down because I haven't been focusing on those, like the body muscles, man. I'm going to be practicing out there at I'll find a handball court, like the closest handball court where I'm staying at 83rd. It's like they got that locked. They literally have. They have a handball court. I don't like it because it's like if I gotta go run for the ball, it's not caged in with the ball. If I gotta go get the ball, I have to go all the way far because it's not basically cage like usually handball courts are. So it's not. And they keep that park closed up anyway because it's like for the school, and if the school's not. I mean, it wasn't like that back in the days where I grew up. If the handball courts were open for anyone, even if the school wasn't open, so they might as well just use that as a fucking parking lot. A bunch of morons in the city, 83rd Street. It's like, I know there's plenty of parking space, but if they're not technically using it for the kids, they might as well use it as a parking lot. But they can't think that way. They're like fucking selfish people in the community. They can't even use the handball courts because it's all about the school's handball court. It's basically the community handball court. So if the school's not opening, if the school's not occupying that should be open because it's for technically the school is for the public. It's not a private.
To listen to your message, press 1.
It's 84th Street, correction, 84th Street, West 84th Street. It's not something that it's just fucking pathetic to keep that park closed at all times. They might as well just make money and use it as a parking lot where most people having a hard time looking for parking spaces. There's plenty of parking spaces. But if the school wants to make some money, overnight parking should be somewhat of an investment overnight, or people actually that work in the school be able to utilize that parking lot and ease a lot of the parking space out for the public. There's basically this very limited of the space that they are able to occupy because of the schools, teachers, staff. They need parking space, so they take up a lot of space throughout the community. And if the schools, if the park is not like utilized for the kids, they should be able to use it as a parking lot, and so the community can either benefit out of the parking lot because they're easing out of the community and not occupying a lot of the space, like for as far as alternate parking space for the people at large in that community, and or B, they'll be able to keep the park open for anyone that wants to use it, and like mostly for the weekends or after hours, where the school should not be entitled to close that park and not be utilized to the community. You see, it's something that is a very big park. It should be utilized. It should be accessible to the public, and unfortunately, it's not. And I don't find it how they are able to close it where it's basically public property, because it's public. It's a public school. So if it's a public school, it's a public park. It should not be closed just because they're not using it. It's not privately owned. So if it's not privately owned, it's not kosher. I don't think it's kosher to actually keep it closed and not let the community utilize the park. You can there's so many different options, but keeping the park closed and not being utilized for parking space for the staff, or using it for the community, where if they want to play some handball, if they want to utilize the park, itself. I mean, just to go out and about, especially in the summertime. It's a very disheartening part about closing that park, thinking that it's privately owned. It's not privately owned. So people that don't really can think out of the box, don't really can understand that it's very disheartening to keep a park closed like that, where it's technically a private, it's technically public property, where it should be utilized for the community at large. All right, God bless and take care. See you on my next video.